Hello everyone, how are you today? I just thought today we'd go to a dreamy water world and have a nice meditation and healing. So I've got the crystal singing bowls here and this lovely picture to take us there. And I will put the artist in the show notes. She's made many decks. Star Child, Work Your Light, that Danielle, and she does wonderful pictures. So I'll put her details in the show notes so you can get all her pictures, oracle cards, music, I think, lots of things like that. Okay, so first of all, settle yourself down comfortably, making sure your body is symmetrical if you can, just so that the chi flows nice and evenly through you. And before we start, we will need to ground ourselves. So let's just imagine roots like tree coral growing down out of your hips and past your knees and down through the floor, deeper and deeper and deeper, pushing past the soil and the roots, reaching downwards into the crystal and mineral pools of inner earth, where some of those roots drink up the minerals that you need. You may be seeing specific colours in your mind. Just go with these. Your body knows what you need. And then some of those roots continue on downwards and downwards and downwards until they reach the very centre, very core of the earth, where they find a giant stone to wrap themselves around. And before we go any further, I'm going to give you these wonderful river mussels. These are calming, and I just like to hold on to those for the duration of the treatment. Now we need to protect ourselves in our mind. So just imagine a candle flame at your solar plexus and push it outwards to the front of you and the back, to the sides, above you and below you. Push that candle flame out, out, out until it creates a ball of fire surrounding you, protecting you for the journey ahead. Okay. Let's just let the singing bowl take us a bit deeper. So now we've grounded, we've protected, let's call our guides and helpers in. And let's walk through the doorway into an ethereal world of water, sun, gentle flow, excitement, love and light. It may be that we've gone back to Lemuria. It may be somewhere else. But know that you are protected wherever we go in our mind. And I'm Just clearing some chi out of your aura. And I think now is a good time to brush with the selenite any cords, any ties not of God's desire. Let's just feel the selenite move down your body, behind you, and down both of your sides. Feel the light activation on your skin. And breathe out. Okay. So I'd like you now to find yourself on a beach somewhere in this amazing water world. It's very blue here, all different shades, from the darkest sparkly blue to the lightest, and all of the blues in between. And we'll find ourselves on a beach, perhaps on an island of this magical world. And I'd just like you to find yourself somewhere to sit in a similar position to what you are sitting now. And we'll just open the energy centers of the body. So first of all, feel the energy center at your root chakra, the bottom of your spine. Imagine a red shining light glowing and growing and opening this chakra. Then we move up to the sacral, just below your belly button, where you find an orange light. Glowing and growing, this now opens. And then we move up to the solar plexus. I'm just cleansing with this smoky quartz as we go. And the solar plexus has a yellow light. Glowing and growing, it too springs into life. Then we move up to the heart chakra, where we find a bright green light, glowing, growing and activating. It springs into life. Then the throat chakra, where there's a light blue translucent light, glowing and growing and spinning into life. Then we move up to the brow chakra, which is the third eye in the middle of your forehead. And we find a deep indigo light, the colour of the midnight sky, glowing and growing and spinning into life. And then lastly, to the crown on the top of your head, where we find a pure white light, shining and glowing and growing. It too spins into life and opens. And then I'd just like you to breathe out. So as you're sitting on this beach now, you notice somebody starting to walk over to you. And this is going to be your guide for the meditation. And they tell you their name. And then they take you by the hand and they take you down to the water's edge of this beautiful, clear, translucent water. Pure, pure turquoise. Just gaze into this smithsonite from the Dolphin mines in Greece and just look down into the water and you may see bits of coral, silvery fish. And you sink into the water now, your guide watching over you. And they start to brush you down and pour water over with the sacred shells. So they're just pouring some water now. I'm just going to get the Koshi chimes. Just imagine your guide pouring this wonderful warm water over you, cleansing, clearing, and ritually washing you. All of the stress from the week, any paperwork that has bogged you down and made your head fuzzy. The healer and the guide is clearing it away from you. Soon you start to feel a little lighter as the water holds you. The sun beats down. And you feel peaceful and tranquil. And then the healer lies you in the shape of a star. The water holds you up and you're floating, perfectly balanced in a star shape. She now takes other abalone shells and she smooths down your arms and accepts the light frequency into your skin and your pores, your flesh, your veins. The blue's opening up the veins if they're clogged up with cholesterol, because blue opens us. It opens our mind and our psyche and the cells of our body and the molecules. You can also glimpse the purples and the greens of these shells as they move down over your arms and your legs, realigning and activating. And when the healer comes across a little clogged up piece of chi, she just pulls it out and flicks it away. Pulls it out and flicks it away. Pulls it out and flicks it away. Then she carries on the sides of the head, just soothing, and feel how cool those shells are. close them there. And you let out a contented sigh in this beautiful warming bath. A bird calls out overhead. And suddenly there is splashing around you. And a little dolphin pops his head out. He smiles with his lovely row of teeth and his bright gleaming eyes. He moves closer to you and you start to stroke the coarse skin. He then pushes his dorsal fin up into you, and you instinctively know to hold on. And off he goes, swimming around this beautiful bay. Soon you notice other shapes in the water with you. And don't worry, because of your protection, you can breathe in the water. You can breathe from that point there, right there where I touch. These shapes in the water are the sea nymphs, the Oreads, and the Nereids, Greek names for beings of water, with long flowing hair and fish-like tails. These are your entourage, and they swim around you and your new dolphin friend, laughing and smiling and caressing your cheeks. You feel the water rushing through your crown as your dolphin starts to swim deeper and deeper. The water rushes all the way through you, cleansing and clearing. Leave your troubles behind you. Just mentally let them go in your wake, and the seawater will dilute them. You swim deeper and deeper with your friends, through coral castles, brightly coloured anemones, clusters of brain coral, huge sea fans gently moving in the currents, and many, many bright fish and creatures of legend, some of them, but you are perfectly safe and perfectly secure with your dolphin and your mermaid. You notice that you are heading towards some rocks, and it is darker here, lower where the sun doesn't reach as well. There's a crevice, and your dolphin heads straight for it. As you enter it, really decide what you want to leave here in the water. Any situations in your life that aren't working out. jobs, perhaps you wish to seek another job. Just shed everything that no longer serves you, and as you exit the rocks and head upwards towards the light, you think of all the things you would like to bring in. Health, love, happiness, abundance in every way, shape or form. The means to support yourself. And don't feel guilty for wishing things for yourselves and family, because this is what keeps you happy, healthy. And be a glass half full person. Soon your dolphin starts to slope up with the sand and the coral, and he reaches out and picks up a shell in his mouth. You reach around and grab the shell from him, your gift from your friend. One of the mermaids slings a bag across your shoulders and takes the shell from you and places it in your bag so that you can hold on tight. And then your dolphin returns to shallower waters. The colour of the aquamarine, the translucent seas in the shallows of tropical islands. Back to the guide who waits for you. The water nymphs and the dolphin deposit you safely back with your guide. Who reaches her hands out and places them on your shoulders. Then again, she cups your face in her hands and tells you that they love you, the guides and the helpers, all the beings in spirit who you've known before and who you will meet in your journeys. They love you and they want the best for you. And this healer now draws the Oceanic Reiki master symbol on your third eye, Nautilus. She pushes that in. And she takes your hand. And she walks you back out of the sea. And she sits you down up further on the beach. She tells you to come back another time, any time you wish to connect. And then the scene fades away and you are back in your room, growing your roots out of your shoulders as I draw the grounding symbol for Reiki. And you feel peaceful and tranquil and at ease. And we thank you for joining us today. Namaste.